Have you ever noticed that your nights just don't feel as restful as they used to? Maybe you toss and turn more. Or you wake up feeling more tired than when you went to bed. And the strangest part? Everything seems fine. You haven't changed much. You're doing the same things you've always done. But deep down, you know something just isn't right. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many people over 70 feel the same way. And here's something important most doctors won't tell you up front: the way you spend your evenings, your bedtime routine, might be putting your health at risk in ways you never imagined. We're not just talking about poor sleep. We're talking about serious risks, like strokes, heart attacks, and sudden nighttime health issues that can creep in silently. It's not about fear, it's about empowerment. Because once you understand what's going on and how your bedtime habits may be affecting you, you can make small, meaningful changes that can truly protect your heart, your sleep, and your life. In this video we'll discuss some of the most common bedtime mistakes people over 70 make without even realizing it. And more importantly, how to fix them. Some things might surprise you, but everything we'll talk about is simple, practical, and backed by science and real-life experiences. Let's start with a habit that feels innocent enough, but might be silently setting you up for a restless night or even worse. Eating a heavy meal too close to bedtime. We've all done this at some point. Dinner runs late, maybe around 8 or 9 p.m., followed by TV and a sweet treat, then straight to bed. But as we age, digestion slows down. The metabolism drops, stomach acid production decreases, and meals take longer to process. When you lie down with a full stomach, it can lead to acid reflux, heartburn, and an increased heart rate. For those with diabetes or high blood pressure, late-night meals can spike blood sugar or pressure, putting extra stress on your heart. Take John, 73. Every night he enjoys a hearty dinner around 8 p.m., followed by a few scoops of ice cream while watching TV. He always heads to bed feeling full and content. But lately, he's been waking up at 2 a.m. with chest discomfort and trouble getting back to sleep. It wasn't until his doctor mentioned the link between late-night eating and heart health that John started to connect the dots. Now compare that to Emily, 68. She used to eat dinner around 9 p.m., but recently, she shifted to finishing her meals by 7 p.m., then having a small snack of fruit or nuts if she's hungry later. Since making that change, she feels more rested and has noticed fewer disruptions at night. Her heartburn is gone, and she's waking up with more energy. Many of us don't realize that a late-night meal is the cause of restless nights or chest discomfort. The fix is simple: eat earlier. Try to finish your last meal about 3 to 4 hours before bed, allowing time for digestion and preventing those uncomfortable side effects. If hunger strikes later, no problem. A light snack like a banana, a handful of almonds, or a warm cup of chamomile tea will settle your stomach without disrupting your sleep. A small change in when you eat can dramatically improve your sleep quality, energy, and overall health. Now, let's tackle another seemingly harmless habit: drinking too much liquid before bed. Staying hydrated is essential, but as we age, the bladder becomes less efficient and kidneys keep filtering fluid throughout the night. That big glass of water before bed can lead to multiple bathroom trips and disrupted sleep. Waking up groggy, rushing to the bathroom in the dark, and trying to regain balance can lead to falls, a serious risk, especially at night. Even if you avoid falls, nighttime bathroom trips interfere with your sleep cycle. The lights turn on, your brain thinks it's morning, melatonin levels drop, and you struggle to get back to deep sleep. The fix? It's all about timing. Drink most fluids earlier in the day and taper off by late afternoon. If you're thirsty before bed, take small sips to stay comfortable. Be mindful of foods or medications that add to your fluid intake, like soups or certain meds. Making this adjustment, when and how much you drink, can improve sleep quality and lower your risk of falls and disruptions. Eating too late and drinking too much before bed are common habits, especially as we get older. They seem harmless, but they could be preventing you from getting the restful sleep you need. The good news is that small changes can make a big difference. You don't have to give up what you love, just adjust your timing to support your body's natural rhythm. Sleep isn't just a break from the day, it's essential to staying healthy, clear-headed, and strong. How you prepare for sleep makes all the difference. One thing that often gets overlooked is screen time right before bed. It might seem harmless, watching the news, finishing a favorite show, or scrolling through a tablet can feel like a peaceful way to end the day. But what many people don't realize is that the type of light these screens emit, especially from TVs, tablets, and smartphones, can quietly interfere with the body's natural sleep rhythms in ways that affect not just rest, but long-term health. These devices give off something called blue light, which tricks the brain into thinking it's still daylight, even late at night. This confuses the body's internal clock and suppresses melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy and helping you transition into deep, restorative sleep. Without enough melatonin, the body stays in the lighter stages of rest, missing out on the kind of sleep that allows the heart to slow down, the brain to recharge, and the body to heal. Over time, this disruption can lead to insomnia, particularly in older adults. And the effects go beyond just feeling tired the next day. Poor quality sleep increases the risk of high blood pressure, stroke, and heart disease. It also impacts memory and cognitive health. Studies have found that older adults who consistently miss out on deep sleep are more likely to experience confusion, forgetfulness, and faster mental decline. Take Richard, 72, and Alan, 75. Both enjoy winding down at night, but in very different ways. Richard loves catching up on the latest documentaries. His routine used to include watching them on his tablet in bed, sometimes falling asleep with the screen still glowing beside him. He didn't think much of it until he started waking up groggy, with his memory feeling a little foggy and his energy dragging all day. Alan, on the other hand, made a change after his doctor mentioned the impact of screen light on sleep. Instead of late-night screen time, he switched to flipping through old travel books and listening to soft instrumental music. Within a week, he noticed something surprising: deeper sleep, fewer restless nights, and a clearer head in the morning. Same age range, similar interests. But two completely different results, all because of one small change in their bedtime routine. It just goes to show that how we spend our last waking hour can shape how we sleep, think, and feel in ways that truly add up over time. The solution isn't to eliminate all evening entertainment, but to give the brain a chance to power down. Setting a screen curfew, turning off devices about an hour before bed, helps reset the body's natural sleep cues. During that time, simple activities like reading a physical book, listening to calming music, or sitting in a dimly lit room can signal the brain that it's time to wind down. Sometimes, small shifts in evening habits are all it takes to unlock deeper rest and protect long-term health. Letting the body follow its natural rhythm, especially when it comes to sleep, can have powerful, lasting benefits. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your support means a lot and helps us keep bringing you valuable content. Now, while we're on the topic of the nighttime environment, bedroom temperature deserves a closer look, because it can quietly affect more than just comfort. Many older adults find themselves waking up in the middle of the night feeling either too warm or too chilly. And that sudden change isn't just frustrating, it can place extra strain on the heart and nervous system, especially if the body is constantly trying to rebalance itself throughout the night. As people age, their ability to regulate body temperature naturally weakens. What once felt perfectly comfortable may now swing too far in either direction. When the bedroom is too warm, the heart rate can stay slightly elevated during sleep, preventing the body from fully relaxing. Over time, that added stress can interfere with recovery and increase fatigue. Meanwhile, a room that's too cold can lead to joint stiffness, nighttime chills, or even trigger breathing issues like wheezing or coughing. Take Irene, 78, and Clara, 73. Irene liked to keep her bedroom toasty, often turning her space heater on high and piling on thick blankets. But she kept waking up in the night, sweating, short of breath, and feeling strangely anxious. She didn't realize that her warm room was keeping her heart rate elevated and cutting into the deep sleep her body needed. Meanwhile, Clara kept her room cooler, around 67 degrees, with light, breathable bedding and a small fan by the window. She used to wake up stiff and achy, but after adjusting her room temperature, her sleep became deeper and her mornings felt easier. It wasn't a huge change, but it made a big difference. Most sleep experts recommend keeping the room somewhere between 65 and 70 degrees for older adults. That range is cool enough to promote deep, restorative sleep, but not so cold that it disrupts rest or causes discomfort. Layered breathable bedding works best. It gives the body room to adjust naturally without trapping in too much heat. Heavy blankets might feel cozy at first, but they can cause overheating as the night goes on. If things like space heaters or electric blankets are part of the routine, it's important to use them carefully. There have been cases where older adults became dehydrated or dizzy overnight without realizing that excess warmth was the cause. A simple fan to keep the air circulating can also help regulate both temperature and air quality. And air quality matters too. Poor ventilation in the bedroom can reduce oxygen levels, leading to morning headaches, dry mouth, or that lingering feeling of not being fully rested. Solutions can be simple: cracking a window, using an air purifier, or even placing a few leafy plants in the room can improve airflow and freshness. It's about creating the kind of sleep environment the body really needs, not just sticking with what's familiar. After 70, quality sleep is more than comfort, it's a foundation for better heart health, clearer thinking, and steadier energy. The way a bedroom feels at night can either support that, or silently stand in the way. Another often overlooked bedtime mistake involves medications, not just what's being taken, but when. Certain drugs, including some over-the-counter pain relievers, decongestants, and even common prescriptions for blood pressure or depression, can disrupt sleep, raise heart rate, or increase the risk of nighttime dizziness and falls. Ingredients like caffeine, stimulants, or medications that shift blood pressure can quietly interfere with rest when taken too close to bedtime. This becomes especially important for older adults, many of whom take multiple medications daily. Timing matters. Some medications are more effective and less disruptive when taken in the morning, especially those that can cause alertness or temporarily raise blood pressure. Others may aid sleep, but if taken too late, can lead to grogginess the next morning or interfere with natural sleep cycles. Take two men in their 70s, Everett and Lionel. Both were having trouble sleeping. Everett worked with his pharmacist to review his medications and discovered one of his morning pills was actually better suited for bedtime, helping him relax and easing his nighttime pain. Lionel, on the other hand, was unknowingly taking an arthritis pill at night that included a stimulant. Once he moved it to the afternoon, his sleep began to improve significantly. These kinds of adjustments often go unnoticed, but they can have a major impact. A quick consultation with a pharmacist or doctor can help fine-tune a medication schedule so it works with the body's natural rhythms instead of against them. It's these small, overlooked details that quietly shape how well the body rests and recovers each night. And the quality of that rest affects everything: energy, memory, heart health, even longevity. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights meaningful, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your support means a lot and doesn't just help us create, it helps us reach others who need this inspiration too. Now let's continue with something less visible, but just as powerful. When it comes to sleep, your thoughts. That quiet mental chatter that starts up as soon as the lights go out. Sometimes it's a gentle review of the day. Other times, it snowballs into a whirlwind of worries, finances, health appointments, family concerns, or a vague sense of unease that settles in as the world gets quiet. This is one of the most overlooked, yet serious bedtime challenges for people over 70. Going to bed with an anxious or unsettled mind. Stress doesn't shut off just because it's nighttime. In fact, the stillness of night often brings unprocessed emotions to the surface. And while it might seem harmless to lie in bed thinking things over, chronic stress at bedtime can trigger physical responses that strain the body. Elevated cortisol, tightened blood vessels, increased heart rate, all of which raise the risk of heart problems, stroke, and cognitive decline over time. Fortunately, the mind is remarkably adaptable even later in life. Just as physical routines can be adjusted to support better sleep, so can mental ones. The key is creating a calming ritual that gently signals the brain it's time to unwind. One effective practice is keeping a simple worry journal by the bed. The idea isn't to solve every problem, but to release it. Spending 5 minutes jotting down what's on your mind, even just fragments, can reduce mental load and prevent those thoughts from cycling as you try to fall asleep. Calming affirmations can also help. Quietly repeating phrases like "I've done what I can for today," or "My body deserves rest," may sound small, but studies show that these types of cues can slow breathing and heart rate, helping shift the body into a more restful state. Take two women, Dolores, 69, and May, 68. Dolores often lays awake worrying about her finances, unable to settle down. May, after attending a wellness class, started writing down 3 simple things she was grateful for each night, small wins like "My neighbor called" or "My knees didn't hurt today." Over time, May reported falling asleep faster and waking up more refreshed. Dolores eventually tried the same approach and noticed a similar shift, not in her problems, but in how her body responded to them. Peaceful sleep isn't about having a perfect life. It's about creating space for the mind and body to rest, even when life feels uncertain. This brings us to one final point, something a little surprising, but deeply significant. Going to bed feeling emotionally disconnected or isolated. Loneliness, especially later in life, is more than just a feeling. It's a serious health risk. And while no one chooses to feel isolated, the impact it has on the body and mind is very real. Studies have shown that chronic loneliness can increase inflammation, disrupt sleep, heighten sensitivity to pain and stress, and even raise the risk of heart disease, depression, and premature death. That's why emotional connection before bedtime isn't just comforting, it's essential for overall health. Even a small, meaningful connection at the end of the day can help the body feel safe and supported. A short phone call, a quiet moment of prayer. A voice message to a friend, speaking to a pet. Writing down a thought or memory for someone you care about. These little acts send a powerful signal to the brain and heart: I'm not alone. I'm still connected. Consider two women, Lillian, 79, and Cherise, 74. Lillian spent most evenings watching television alone, rarely speaking to anyone after dinner time. Her sleep was often shallow, and her energy low. Cherise, on the other hand, started a nightly habit of calling a different friend or family member for just a few minutes before bed. Nothing heavy, just a warm check-in. Within weeks, she reported sleeping more deeply and feeling less anxious. The difference wasn't in the number of people in their lives, it was in the quality of connection before lights out. Connection heals. Even brief moments of contact, verbal, emotional, or spiritual, can help quiet the nervous system and anchor the heart. It's a small step that can lead to stronger sleep, clearer thinking, and better emotional well-being. And it's one of the most powerful, yet simple changes anyone can make. If you're over 70, your nights play a crucial role in your health. It's not just about getting rest, it's about allowing your body to heal, your mind to reset, and your heart to either relax or feel burdened. The good news is, you have the power to shape your nights. Every aspect we've touched on can be adjusted with a bit of awareness and small, intentional choices. These aren't huge changes, but they can make all the difference to your overall well-being. You've spent your whole life taking care of others, your kids, your spouse, your job, your community. But now more than ever is the time to take care of yourself. Not just during the day, but especially at night. Because your health, your peace, and your joy all depend on it. If this video resonated with you, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and advice for getting better sleep and protecting your health at night. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more practical tips to help you feel your best in your golden years. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend who might benefit. Because here's the truth, we're all in this together, and every small step towards safer, healthier sleep is worth celebrating. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until next time, remember this, you are capable of more than you know. Here's to living all your days with strength, connection, and restful nights.